So one day, Deadpool was out shopping at the store, just getting all sorts of good stuff and bad stuff and just all sorts of stuff, guns, groceries, the usual stuff. And his total was basically over $2,000. And so when the cashier went to swipe his card, it was declined. And not only that, it was criminally declined. So she called the cops, and they were on their way to arrest him. So Deadpool said, "Hold on, I think we can figure something out. We can work this out." And he just took the box of guns and groceries and things and just bolted. So later at his apartment, he's checking his bank account and stuff, like you do. And, he was over $300,000 in debt. So he didn't have any job prospects at the moment. And so he had to do what he hated and start cold calling. So he called Magneto, but he didn't have any work for him. The Red Skull didn't. Wilson Fisk didn't. Dr. Doom said he wasn't powerful enough to kill for him, and so on and so forth. He also even accidentally called Iron Man, who basically said, "You're kidding, right?" And Deadpool said, "Oop, wrong number." So he was just laying on his couch, scrolling through Indeed and LinkedIn in his pajamas, seeing what kind of opportunity was out there. He saw jobs for, server jobs, wasn't really feeling that. Manager of a children's shoe store, not feeling that. Assistant editor at Marvel Comics, definitely not feeling that. So then he eventually came across a ad for Herald Wanted. So he read that and was like, that sounds kind of interesting. And then he said, "I wonder what a Herald is," which, funny enough, the ad for the job said to apply, simply say Herald aloud and you will be contacted for an interview. So when he said, "I wonder what a Herald is," he was beamed to space where he was confronted by Galactus. Galactus said, "You don't look like a Herald." And he said, "Is it the robes? Well, they're very freeing. You should try them." And he said, what do you know about being a Herald?" And Deadpool was honest. He said he didn't know anything about being a Herald. But nonetheless, Galactus told him what the job would entail, which would basically be, going to other planets to warn him of his arrival, and then he would eat the planets. Deadpool said, "That's pretty gangster." Galactus agreed and probably liked that he thought it was gangster. And Deadpool said, he basically asked him when he could start then. Galactus said, "Very well, you got the job, man," and he gave him the power cosmic. So Deadpool then had his little surfboard and everything, and he went to his first planet and warned the cute little inhabitants that they were about to be eaten. Galactus said he did a good job with that, and so then they went on to the next planet, and Deadpool was blasting all the little flying guys and having a lot of fun and engaging in all of his banter and wouldn't shut up. And Galactus really wasn't vibing with, Deadpool's vibes much anymore because, he wouldn't shut up. So Galactus said, "Shut up, shut up, shut up." And then he fired him. So Deadpool left that planet and was just kind of flying through space, complaining about his boss being not a great boss and all that, when he was just struck by the Silver Surfer, who told Deadpool that he caused enough suffering and all that, and then they engaged in an all-out fight. They both shot energy blasts, big balls of fire, all sorts of destruction, the usual cosmic power kind of stuff. And by the end of it, Deadpool didn't end up so good. He got blasted pretty good. And his clothes were singed, and his surfboard was now all messed up. And basically, the Silver Surfer didn't even let him keep the surfboard, which is a bummer. But he found himself a support group to help him with his loss of the job and his loss of the power cosmic. So honestly, good for him for prioritizing his mental health.